Christians are an awful cult. They always have been, and they always will be. Catholics, Christians. I forget that I don't even need to talk loud, that this mic will pick me up. I'm just thinking about how many monitoring, observing people came around me, even at my lowest points. Like when I ran into the pastor's kid at the homeless shelter, and I was like, he's like, yeah, I go to church just to like kind of spite my family and let them know I'm still doing good and make them feel bad. And I'm like, nigga, I want nothing to do with my family after they did this shit to me. And I'm thinking that low-key he wanted to destiny swap with me. Maybe that's paranoia. Oh my god, this dude's ridiculous. Like, have you ever heard of a destiny swap? He's just making shit up. He's out of his mind. I shouldn't even be speaking to myself like that. Nigga, you know exactly what the fuck you talking about. You just dumb it down so that these niggas don't know. And you need to stop living for them, and you need to stop speaking for them. I know you don't think that you're living for them, but your art is inspired by their hurt. That ain't real art. I'm just kind of disgusted by the fact that like so many people that I used to love and know personally saw me and made up stories about me, made assumptions about me. And I don't even care that they do it, it's just that you did. And I know that it's because if I never experienced that, I wouldn't have grown into what I became today. That doesn't really change the fact that I just don't get it. That's the thing, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know what I did. I was angry and yelling at you because I was angry. And I think that a partner would see that. Maybe I'm wrong. It ain't just about me, you know? And then I explained it to you and you didn't care. My whole life, everybody just bullying me, making fun of me, telling me I'm nothing. And why? It's because I'm me. And like, I didn't realize how much I've been through until I stopped to realize how much I've been through. Everywhere I go, the people that I considered my friends, my teammates, my peers, my classmates, they looked at me like I was the weirdest fucking dude to ever exist. People that knew I was living on the streets just wanted to see me on the streets, apparently. You niggas going out to all these parties, you have these families with all this money, but you don't want to offer some random dude a place to sleep, right? Even though you spent these last however many months around me, saw me almost every day, dapped me up and acted like we was cool. You'd go with your teammates and gossip about me. I remember I told one dude on that team that I was homeless, and then I come back around and everybody looking at me like I'm trash, like I'm scum. I can only imagine what they said about me. I can only imagine what they said to the football coach, who used to be somebody that I was friendly with. We went to the same gym, we was peers. And now you're trying to act like you better than me and you bigger than me. And you trying to make these excuses to get me off your football team when you got random dudes on there that you'd rather keep around because they dark skinned, because they blacker. You wanted the black dudes. You want to be black yourself. That seems to be the case with most of these people in the suburbs. They either D.O. racist, or they want to be black, or you feel me, like yada yada yada. I ain't saying that's everybody, but most people want to be somebody else, or looking up to somebody else, or afraid of somebody else because of their skin tone, or because of they being different, or because of they like. It's just, is it always gonna be like that? I'm thinking about all these people. I'm thinking about Indy and Ava and Diana and Gigi and Dustin and whoever else. All these people that I thought was my friends. And all I did was set some boundaries with them, or tell them no, or speak my mind about something, and they was gone. I'm thinking about Dylan, who was actively plotting on my ex-girlfriend. And also knew things that he chose not to tell me because he was afraid it would make me upset. And now I know that you a shady dude and you wouldn't tell me the truth. And then I find out from another friend of mine who also would steal from me and betray me. How do I find out the truth from him? And of course I don't trust him. Like my own girlfriend that I thought loved me, my ex-girlfriend, whatever, like I have the respect for her that I'm telling people like, yeah, I don't really want to call her a bitch. I don't really want to whatever. Like I love that girl. Even though I still love her. And maybe it's my fault because I started calling her a bitch anyway. And it's just like, I had people telling me, and like musically, just say it, it's fine. You can say whatever you want in music, and low-key it fits better, and blah, 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 blah. But it wasn't their decision to make for me. It was because I wanted to. It's because I was trying not to be as angry as I was. I was trying to be the bigger person. I was trying to take the high road, but the truth is I was really hurt. And I don't think she's a bitch. But I don't think any of these people actually loved me. And I think that's the part that really hurts. I think they loved the idea of me and having access to me, but it seems like most of them was afraid of me, which is cool. Like, I don't really care about that. But I don't want you afraid of me. And I don't want to be all loud and angry all the time. I also don't want people to just look at me like I'm a problem, whereas they probably just see me that way. Oh, typical light-skinned dude, typical black dude, typical whatever. Here he goes, he's just angry at the world, he's just yelling. Just another nigga doing nigga shit. That's probably what you all think of me, right? Or maybe the opposite. Just another white dude trying to be a nigga. Oh, he's not even that black. I also feel like my face has changed. I genuinely feel like this is the part that hurts me. Like I genuinely feel that the people that I thought really loved me is like actually hoping that I die and suffer instead of just them telling the truth about their actions. None of them are around. None of them. And I don't know if it's because they're afraid to admit that they was wrong, which wouldn't really make me want them around either. But I also think it might be because they actually believe everything they say about me. And that's okay. This is more of an interesting thing to think about. Like, oh, what if this girl thought that I was insane the whole time? Or what if she just made shit up after I left, like my sister did, and like my mother did, and like my father did? What if these people never actually loved me and they was always thinking of ways to fix me or better me or change me? They just didn't want to admit it because they knew how powerful I was, and I had no idea. I still have no idea, to be honest. I still don't think I really know how powerful I am. I terrify people. just for being myself and expressing myself and knowing my light. And like, I say these things, I channel these things through songs and messages about being a super powerful being. If I'm being real with you, in the physical dimension, I only know so much. What I mean by that is I'm aware of how powerful of a being I am. I'm aware of what I'm capable of and what I came here to do, but I'm also completely unaware of that because it wouldn't be as fun if I knew it all. And so, where was I getting with that? I'm protected by shit that I can't fully explain. Like, I'm untouchable and I'm constantly doubting it. People trying to humble me all the time because they don't want me to recognize that I don't gotta be humble. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. What the fuck is next for me? What the fuck is next for me? You see these lines on my face? You see all this trauma that's about to disappear and go away, and I'm about to be happy and bright again. But I don't really want to change myself either. I love who I've become. I do. If being alone or having less friends is the price to pay for knowing everything I know now and being aware of everything I'm aware of now, I would never change it. I'm just more concerned about how and why people look at me the way they do. I'm so happy to be me. And I hate that people look at me and just make fun of me. You know? I don't know if you know how it makes somebody feel when you make fun of them in ways that they can't change. And I know that you do that because you yourself weren't accepted as who you were. And so I love you. But, I never started out as a bully. I think I became one. And it hurts me to say that because I love people. I loved my first girlfriend. I loved the girl that I never dated. I loved the girl that I did date. That's it. It's the only three. I hooked up with a couple girls also, but like that don't matter. That ain't the point of this message. It's just like, when I think about people I hurt unconsciously, it's always the girls that liked me because I just didn't see myself. I always wanted the ones that didn't want me, that wanted my friends, and my friends wanted to be me, but I didn't know they wanted to be me, so they made me think I was lesser than them so that they could feel more powerful. And then one day I woke up to the fact that, like, what? All these niggas is tiny as fuck and can't do anything to me, and I'm letting them bully me because I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt nobody. That's always what I go back to. I don't want to hurt nobody. And people think I'm weak for that. No, I hate hurting people. I hate hurting people. I'm capable. I hate it. And seemingly every time in my life, like, the last thing that people want to see is me angry, unless they want me angry so that they can use it, because they know how scary I am when I'm angry. So now they want to make me look like a villain, and they want to make me out to be bipolar, and they want to make me out to be this and that, when the one accusing me is the one who is admittedly bipolar. And yeah, I don't agree with a lot of that type of science anyway, but it's just an interesting thing to think about, that you claim this, but then you also try to demonize me for having something that I don't. I am bipolar. You making me angry because of the shit that you're doing that's completely unjust. And you lucky that I'm yelling at you and not trying to fucking kill you. I don't know why I'm such a crash out. And I don't want to change it. You know, I'm capable of not crashing out, but I also think that there was something in other lives. You feel me? The way that I touched down on this earth, I've been through and seen some shit. I can't confirm most of it. I don't know that a past life regression is actually real. I don't know that seeing auras is actually real. I don't know that X, Y, and Z is actually real. I can feel and know certain things that I always figure out intuitively if I don't know them in that moment. But certain things like that, I don't know if any of that's actually real because I haven't gotten to that point in my journey yet. Maybe because I'm too scared to be crazy. And that's another thing, is I've actually achieved that a couple of times, and I think that's the thing, is that I know how to get there and that I don't get there. In order to reach the true beauty of what life is, you have to let go of every attachment to the anger and the stories that defined what makes your gears click, makes you, in that way. I don't want to share my shit because I don't want people to benefit from it before I benefit from it. I hate these niggas. Like, so many of them. I'm thinking of every single one of these dudes that's fucking fanned out, but they also 19 years old. Why would I compete with a 19-year-old? Like, they look up to you because you they elder. And at the same time, they treat you like you lesser than them. They don't show you any respect, and they never did. Nobody owes me respect. My respect is an inherited thing because of the fact that I exist. And you know what? Matter of fact, people do owe me respect, and if they don't give it to me, then I call them out. I could just keep talking to y'all. But I think a big theme in my life and in my art is that I'm gonna die. I don't know when yet, but I'm gonna die. And I just want to make sure that if that were today, if I didn't wake up tomorrow, that everybody knew how I felt. I was speaking on this idea the other day about people from the town that I grew up in only seeming to care about these people after they were dead. Nobody cares about me. And I don't mean nobody. There's people that reached out after I said to them all the things that I was saying or that I posted on my social media and said, like, look, none of y'all support me, none of y'all anything. Like, this is what I've been going through. And like always, they share my posts. They don't like them, they don't share them. I don't even care about the support. It's like you sitting there looking at my shit and sharing it with your friends and saying what? And how many of you already knew what I was going through and just didn't care? All of these people that I called my friends, my best friends, every single one of them was just trying to be me or to be like me or to steal from me or to... Every single one. Every single one. Kyle, Derek, Hunter, all these fucking ugh. And they're such shady names, if I think. Like, it's just shade. Like, every time when I say those names, I'm like, ugh. You know? But what did that reflect to me? feels eerily quiet right now. Maybe it's always this quiet and I'm just not quiet enough for long enough to recognize how quiet it is. I say that like I don't spend every day like trying to relax and meditate. I spent the whole beginning of today with no electronics, no nothing. Like I say that like I ain't existing in the quiet. It's just that the loud only really exists when I think about those people, that town, those experiences, who I was because of who they knew me to be and almost who they wanted me to be. I'm in a really awkward position on my bed right now. My neck hurts a little bit. And like I want to post this again because like, truthfully, like I might never get the opportunity again. I know it seems a bit extreme, but I've been just going to cemeteries and fucking visualizing my death, wondering people who would talk about me when I'm gone and what would they say, and would I trust them to say the truth, and would they all of a sudden be my friends? They all of a sudden act like we're good and we're cool. No, I despise y'all. And I love you at the same time. You know what I mean? So now that I'm gone, you can't take advantage of me anymore. I wish you knew that sooner. I wish you would have just loved me. And wow, how hard that is for some people. Even my own father, who gave me an apology for the pain that he caused only because he sensed that I wasn't attached to him anymore, and that I didn't need him anymore. And he was hoping to bring me back into his life. But then when I started posting whatever I was posting, saying whatever I felt I needed to say, it was right back to acting like I don't exist. Not that it was a test, but you failed the test. It was never a test. I wasn't expecting anything. But me personally, knowing what I did, I would have, if you're so keen on accepting your flaws and your responsibilities and not just trying to sweep it under the rug, you would have admitted to it. Nobody's ever actually admitted to lying and making up stories about me. No, my karmic father said, I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused you. Still a very indirect apology. No, how about you sorry for telling me that I don't deserve your family name and that I'm a disgrace to the family and that I was a waste of sperm and that etc., etc. I mean, I have it on video, so if I ever want to just, reminisce on the negative past, I can just always watch it and feel drained and remind myself why I fucking hate you, But I don't even hate you. I just hate what you stand for. I hate what you're willing to do to protect yourself and nobody else, to your own kid, nonetheless. I don't want to love you. I, at times, want to beat the ever-living shit out of you. And I think that's why you treated me the way that you did. Because you knew what you made me feel and what you did to me over and over again for years and years and years of my life for no reason. And I didn't deserve it because you were angry and you needed somebody to take it out on. And you saw somebody that could be taken out on. And maybe you did it to all the kids. But the other two became my enemy as well. And maybe it's because I reminded you most of yourself. And even my fucking public defender said that to me. And the security guards at the courthouse, they saw me more than you did. And they had only known me for a month. They got to see how much pain I was in when you went in the courtroom and watched me be lied upon, and then gave me a sweet little birthday card with $80. Oh, we still see the greatness in you. And you probably went to the church and told them how fucking crazy I was, and you got your whole church coming at me trying to pray for me and save me to Jesus and save me to God. Like, I don't want your fucking fake God because you're a piece of shit. You niggas feel so justified looking up to fucking Yeshua, to God, to Yahweh, who is or isn't maybe a demiurge. Like, who even knows what the fuck it really is? You just think you know everything, huh? And then you want me angry because I tell you you don't know everything, and that I don't agree with you, and that you can't control me, and now you want me angry so you can make me look like the villain to an entire city population, or some of it. You know why that nigga Dylan told you what happened? That he was hanging out with that one girl, right? He's like, yeah, you want to know why she told me not to? She told me not to tell you, blah, 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 blah. You want to know who I was hanging out with? It was blah, 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 blah. You niggas know I'm a crash out. That's all you fucking see me as. You think I'd care that you don't want to hang out with me and you hanging out with somebody else? No, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I've been known that you don't respect me. I've been known that you don't like me. Like, what? There was this one time I was texting this girl. I was in like 8th grade, and we was being flirty and shit. She was kind of like flirting with me, not sexting. Like, she wasn't sending me nudes, but she was like flirting a bit. And then like next day or sometime else, she get like post nut clarity. She's like, we can't do that again. Like, what's wrong with me? I'm genuinely so curious. Like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Why? Like, why? What did I do? Because at that point in my life, I don't really think I was like, I don't know, it just kind of seemed like she just didn't want people to know that she even like talked to me in that way. Maybe she was more concerned about her reputation and she thought I might say something. But, which is funny because like all these niggas love to kiss and tell. I hate kissing and telling. I know I've said a few things about like my experiences in life, but like how many names did I drop? None, except for this video. And I'm almost regretful of that. But again, I'm dying, so like who the fuck's gonna do anything? And what is it like, what do I care to protect these people? They abandoned me. Every single one of them abandoned me. They only came around when I was ready to step forward in my life. I just like clockwork. Like clockwork, when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let go and move forward in my life. Oh, here's Cameron again at the Whole Foods saying she gonna hang out with me and then never texting me and not saying, she didn't say she didn't like my music, but also you could feel the energy, she didn't like it. Just trying to keep you strung to them. Right? Like, at some point it seemed like she had a real crush on me. And I didn't like her like that at the time. And it wasn't because I didn't like her. It's like, I wasn't sexually active like that until like 15 or 16. Which is pretty young still. But I'm just saying, like, my point with that was like she was into me in a way that like I was just like I wasn't confident in my body. Like, sometimes I'm still not, you know, but ultimately that confidence is existent because because I know I deserve to have it. But it's like, I just wish people could recognize like how many things have been said about me that aren't true. How many times people have made fun of me just for making fun of me. My self-esteem was so low. Most of my life, I didn't learn how to love myself until I started learning how to love myself. And then I attracted somebody that seemingly really loved me. Seemingly. But how did we start dating, man? You could have known what was coming. But was she always gonna cheat, or did I make her cheat? Did I push her to cheat? How can you push somebody to cheat? A cheater's gonna cheat, nigga. She didn't push you to cheat no matter how much she pissed you off. But I'm a man. And, she female. She's feminine. Probably didn't feel safe. Probably didn't feel loved. Probably didn't feel seen. And then when she told me that, it's like, sure, you didn't feel seen. Like, no, I believed her at first, but then when I got all that out external opinion, people telling me, she didn't this, she didn't that, really, she didn't know, she didn't feel seen, she's just making excuses for herself. And low-key she was. But then at the same time, you know, she said, this is what I did and this is why I did it. So how could I really even be mad at that? It's like if she was testing me to see if I would bite, to see if I would chase after her, well, that was stupid. Because I tried to show you, I said, for like 2 weeks straight, I wrote you letters about everything that I knew I was doing wrong. You just didn't want me. And I'm sure it was even more disgusting to you to hear how much I actually loved you and wanted you, right? Made you those notes and wrote all the things down that I recognized that I was doing wrong, and I took full responsibility for it. And I called you every day to tell you that I hoped that you were good and that you were safe, because I knew how much it was hard for me to let you go. And so I just wanted to make sure that you just had someone to talk to. I didn't want anything out of it. And I called you, and I told you, I really don't want to break up. And again, I'll be okay if we do, but I just want to tell you again how much I love you and want to spend the rest of my life with you. And you told me you didn't love me anymore. After 2 weeks of breaking up. But it probably came way before that. Because like Reese said, once a woman is ready to break up with you, she's already decided a long time ago that she doesn't love you, and she tried to give you another chance. But maybe that girl was wrong too. Maybe it's my fault for listening, and I'm getting so mad at her for listening to her friends and what they told her to do. Like, I didn't listen to all these people who weren't even my fucking friends either. But it ain't the point. How could I ever know that she ever actually even loved me? You know? And how can I say that somebody didn't actually love me as well? But I'm just curious as to like how aware of anything that she actually was. Versus how aware I am, and me just expecting other people to be as equally as aware. I didn't even expect her to cheat. Even though we started dating because she cheated on her boyfriend, I didn't expect her to cheat. And she still did. You know what I mean? Like, I started to almost pick up on certain energies. Like, I guess I really got nothing to lose. Again, I'm dying, right? So, might as well just put it all on the line. Certain energies. Like, we were having sex one time, and I just got this intuitive image of, like, another dude. Like, not on no weird shit, but, like, fucking another dude. And I was like, it must be my insecurity. Like, it must be me, because sometimes I bring up this idea of having a threesome. So maybe she's like, maybe it's my insecurity of her wanting to have a threesome with somebody that I don't want to, you feel me? Like, blah, 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 blah. Which, by the way, you never need a threesome in your relationship. Like, it's kind of stupid. But, point is, I was like, oh, it must be me, like, my insecurity, because I don't want to do that. But then sometimes I wonder if maybe she was just cheating on me. And then also, if she was cheating on me and I didn't know, and I was having sex with that woman and I didn't know, I must be stupid as fuck, right? Or, on the other side, just inexperienced because you don't treat sex lightly. Like, I ain't inexperienced, but I have a lot of practice with a few people. And I'm proud of that. A lot of practice with like 2 people. First time I lost my virginity, I didn't even really lose my virginity. But I know how to play the role. I know how to act like I'm confident, because I am. And I love myself. And I ain't sorry for anything that I did, and I don't regret anything that I did, but I definitely recognize that I could have been more loving to those that weren't loving to me. Not that I needed to. Not that it's required of me. You know what I mean? As much hatred as I have for my father, sometimes I still want to give him a hug and just say, like, I see you, man. And as much hatred as I have for my mother, sometimes I still want to give her a hug and be like, I see you. And I'm sorry if I've hurt you. Even though I don't feel that I'm responsible for your emotions and your feelings, and you can't blame me for all your problems, but somehow I still feel responsible. For all that you did, I still feel like I wasn't that unconditional love that I could have been. Because I'm a man and that's weak. Because I'm a man and I'm tough, and I want all my own shit, and I want to do it myself, and I'm going to succeed whether or not you like it, and whether or not you try to bring me down. And it also seems like even if I did show that love, you just hated me because I was capable of seeing things a way that you couldn't. That's the thing I keep coming back to, is like, how did I create this? How did this happen? Maybe it's because I didn't actually have any say over whether or not it was going to happen. I could have been as loving as possible, and these people still would have found a way to betray me because they just wanted me to stay where they were. And again, that shit hurts because I love these people and want to grow with these people. And in order for me to be myself, and in order for me to live my life to my fullest extent, does that mean that I can't be involved with those types of individuals? Seemingly, yes. And so even though I've gone through it, and I'm still going through it to an extent, they don't care. And they all just monitoring spirits. That's why you ran into that nigga 7 all of a sudden, and then you never saw him again. He asked you what was up with you and how you were doing. You shouldn't have, but you don't gotta answer those questions to people. They just want to know what's going on in your life. They don't give a fuck about you. It's just like, that shit makes me so angry. I just want to, I got a long list of people I want to hurt, and a short list of people I want to love. And since I'm dying, right, I also feel like the universe in its actual nature, not with all this, society and rules and shit, would totally warrant you just killing somebody for doing some stupid jealousy, destiny swapping, fucking monitoring spirit bullshit. Like, can you imagine if I just lived in a world like maybe 3, 4, 5, 600 years ago? Like, I'm a one-man team right now. One-man team is kind of hard to get away with shit. And I don't condone doing anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, 500, 600 years ago, if a nigga came up to me trying to do some bullshit and I peeped it, I'd just kill him. If that makes me crazy or whatever, then that's fine. I'm fully capable of not hurting nobody. And I think that's why my capacity for bullshit is so low. Because I don't bullshit. Because I speak truth. because I'm in love with myself and my life, and to see you niggas trying to be so bitter. Like, I live in LA, specifically, LA, right? It's like everybody's so bitter. It's the most disheartening thing. It's genuinely hurtful. Like, I told this girl the other day, I like your dog's coat. It was this curly, like, bouncy, beautiful coat. And I told her, I like your dog's coat. And I turned around and asked her, like, oh, what, like, how do you get it? Like, she kept walking like I was trying to hit on her. So full of herself. She didn't even turn around. She just ignored me. I was like, okay, whatever. And I just kept going. But it's like, you people are so full of yourselves. And quick to ignore those around you. And then you wonder why people just die and disappear and kill themselves and fucking become drug addicts and all these different things. Because they have a capacity to see life that you choose not to see and to belittle and to make fun of because you want to be a narcissist. Luckily for me, I love my life and I know I have a purpose. I've seen people die for a fraction of the shit that I've been through. I've seen people take their lives for a fraction of the shit I've been through and a fraction of the shit I've seen. And I've also met so many strong people along my journey that I myself judged because I felt like there was something wrong with me for being on the streets. And deep down, I just wanted my community and my home to accept me. You know, there's so many strong souls out there that have been on the streets for 10 times as long as I was out there. And they keep pushing. And people overlook them every day. And people act like they're nothing every fucking day. And they judge them and they make fun of them. And those are people. Those are people. People that show up every day in this food pantry to eat. And you're driving by in your Mercedes looking at them like they're scum. If only you could experience what it feels like to have to carry everything you own on your back every fucking day because you have nowhere to keep it. And then you look at these people and say, if only they worked harder, if only they did better, I could do it, why don't they do it? Even I say this. Where I'm at right now is because of my mindset, because of what I'm capable of, and that's true. It's true, but I still see the pain in these people, and I still see that they just don't believe in themselves, and I can't save them. I can't save them. They don't want to be saved. My nose is so full, I can't even breathe right now. I don't want to sniffle because I'm not trying to be attention seeking, you know what I mean? But it's clogged. Everything has its purpose, you know, but I've experienced so much, and from like Saint, what was his name? Saint Augustine, I think, was the one for the homeless, and somebody else. There were different saints that I looked up to and that I followed through my journey. And every time that I'd be around these certain types of people, the saints would be a lesson. I meet this single mother and her daughter, and then I learn about this saint blah 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 blah, who was the saint of single mothers and children and blah 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 blah. And I've been really selfish and superficial in my endeavors because I got hurt and I wanted to prove how manly and strong I was, but there are genuine people out here that are really, really hurting that we disregard every day because of the superficial nature that we choose to live in. And I've seen it and I've lived it. And I was one of them, and I still didn't feel like I was stuck. I just saw it all happening. I observed it all. I've experienced so much of people's pain. And they all just in pain. I met this dude in jail. He went by Spaz. He reminded me of myself a lot. Just because, like, he still looked like he had that light inside of him. You know, he was a gang member, but I didn't see him as a gang member. I didn't see anybody as a gang member. So there's people. And they demonized me for that. There was this one dude. I forget his name. Probably better that I forget because he was kind of an asshole. And he was really fearful. Like, he always told me I was trying to look scary and I was just being myself. And that's when I kind of recognized, like, oh, he's afraid. They all afraid. I got jumped because I said bitch in the wrong context. And they really care about being called a bitch because they feel like they a bitch. And they constantly have to prove that they're not. But y'all wouldn't see that. Because they just angry, aggressive black men, right? Or Mexicans. Minorities really don't really matter. I struggle to show this to the world though, because I also really dislike a lot of people's insecurities. But we don't care. We don't really give a fuck, and that's the whole point, is we're sick of your ego. We're sick of you being so full of yourself. You do recognize that's why St. Lucy was blind, right? That's why I do that exercise sometimes, where I just close my eyes. And I just listen, and I just feel, and I just think. How would I treat people if I couldn't see how pretty or not pretty they were? How would I treat people if I couldn't see how black, Mexican, white, Spanish, fucking ginger or not, whatever they are? How would I treat people if I could just hear them and feel their energy? Hear their intentions and their tone and their delivery. Even that nigga Ray Charles was fucking checking for fat women though. Like, it's a character flaw. It's not something that you would really change by taking something away or not taking something away. The saints, they sacrifice because they choose to, not because they need to. And also because, in other ways, it's metaphorical. What if she never actually gouged her eyes out? What if she never actually existed? What if she's an archetype? And what if it was about not using your sight, but using your sight? I'm gonna have to blow this out. What if I can't see? What if I can see but I can't see? What if I'm genuinely beautiful and it's rooting me? And why would I be embarrassed to be good looking? Why would I say I don't want to look in the mirror and have love for myself? Maybe it's because I look in the mirror and I don't have love for myself. Maybe it's because I look in the mirror and I still need to be tough. And I still need to put this on. And I still need to push those people away. And to remind them of what they did and get my revenge. See? Vengeance. You might be thinking, what? I couldn't explain it to you if I tried. But to me, and I could be wrong, this is revenge. A desire for vengeance from past lives, and obviously a lot of pain that has come up over and over, because shout out to Saint David, I believe, Reminds me of a story where my sister tried to poison my bread dough. It was philosophical because I was reading the book of like the saints and blah 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 blah, and it's like, yeah, the monks in his monastery tried to poison his bread and his food, and he still ate it and spoke life into it, and it didn't kill him. And I was like, I intuitively just decided not to make my bread that day. I was, I'm gonna go work out first. My sister starts arguing with me, blah 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 blah. Hope your bread tastes good. I poured cleaner all over it. Bitch, you tried to fucking poison me? Like, I've never put hands on my sister. She's put hands on me. I pushed her off me one time. She's run into me, walked in front of me. I nudged past her, but I've never, any of that shit. I wouldn't do that. And trust me, I've wanted to, time after time again. Because that's another thing about this world, is that women get away with a lot of shit. And, in the wild, truthfully, if a bitch was acting so out of place like that, she would get smacked right back into it. And y'all think all that shit's crazy. Y'all think all that shit's ridiculous. That's fine, but that's because you let these women take advantage of you. And these women want to keep taking advantage of you, and they don't want to get hit for being fucking bitches. They just want to be bitches and get away with it. We need to show them love as well. We need to stop maybe calling them bitches. Maybe. But also, a bitch is a bitch, a hoe is a hoe, and a woman's a woman, and anybody that gets offended by you calling them what they are doesn't really make them less of that thing. You know what I mean? So it's like all these things being said to have these love for people. Maybe I'm putting a mask back on, but it's like I have this love for people and I still recognize that they're still doing the bullshit that they do. And so maybe the world just ain't ready for me yet. That's another thing that's pretty lonely. It's like I could drop this video and these people still make fun of me. These people still laugh at me. These people still call me whatever they call me. Still call me aggressive. Still say that I probably did whatever I did or didn't do. Am I calling my sibling a bitch? My little sister? Yeah. Do that. Validate her poisoning, trying to stab, putting hands on me, making things up about me, lying, getting me arrested, getting me put in jail. Not only am I in jail and homeless, now she's going to lie about it and then try and get me put back into jail because me being homeless just ain't enough for you, right? It's one thing to be angry. It's another thing to just want to see me die and have no remorse about it. I'm sitting in a jail cell still thinking damn, I could not return this on somebody. I could not do this to her. Because you know how it feels to be forced into cuffs? You know what I mean? When you think that you're going to go back to school tomorrow and that you have a camera in your backpack that you're supposed to return, and now all of a sudden you're going to be in jail for the next month, and nothing's a coincidence. Everything happened for a reason, but she got on that stand. She lied. She put on the whole face. She said that she felt threatened and unsafe and that I was stalking her and staring her down. Bitch, I don't care about you enough to do that. You're like a jealous fucking girlfriend that wants attention and can't just say that you want attention. And that's disgusting. Genuinely disgusting. Just disgusting behavior. And the only reason that I would even accept that behavior from an ex-girlfriend, well, that behavior, no, that shit's unforgivable. But there's certain things I could kind of get past because it's I love you. And with the girlfriends, I could have sex with them. So maybe it's a lust problem. But it's it's kind of like finding a new man that gives you attention and then trying to post about him a bunch to see if it'll make somebody jealous enough to talk to you again because you told them that you don't love them and you're too prideful to admit that you do. So you want to be chased because you think you hot shit. And now you recognize that you're not. And maybe you don't. Maybe you don't yet. But that's the thing. It's it would hurt me more if you didn't know that. Because then that means that you see me and you still think I'm nothing. And you calling me names behind my back too. And that dream I had about you laughing at me when I released that song. If you really did that, Ava, Maybe you're just doing what everybody else around you is doing. But I think that shows that you ain't really somebody that loves me anyway. I trust my dreams. That one was really painful. Like, I didn't actually, like, I woke up and I was like, huh. But, I just never expected these things from you. And I don't know if you do it because you think I'm doing it to you. And seemingly I am. Like, I can only imagine what I look like to the outside world. But I know why I do what I do. And I know that one day it'll be appreciated and seen from a whole perspective. As an evolution. As an expression, as an experience. So I ain't really worried about making a couple mistakes right now. God, this shit is full as fuck. That's another thing. What if I chose a life that I'll never have another love again? And I know it's for my greater good if that's the case, but I guess I would have done things a little differently if I had known that. Because when it was with her, I didn't care about anything else. I still had all my dreams and my ambitions, but I was going to do them with her. Almost like the universe saved me. Because I would have never left. Well, we're coming up on an hour. So, I'm gonna post this, along with the other shit, before I go to sleep tonight. I not really dislike these people that just keep an eye on me all the time. They want to know what's going on in my life. You niggas are so weird. Just weird. Like really, really weird and really shady. Wolf in sheep's clothing type thing. No, I genuinely don't like that nigga. They, like, every single one of them got a weird energy. Maybe I'm tripping though. Maybe I'm just seeing shit. But them niggas did steal from me, right? And then I told myself, like, how do you know they really stole from you? Like, nigga, I had a dream about it. I had a dream somebody reached in my backpack and took my hard drive out. And I woke up the next day and I was like, that was weird. And I checked and my hard drive was still there, but it was gone like a week later. And granted, or gratefully, I still have my other hard drives and like other fragments of shit. But like, maybe the universe just didn't want me to have that. And obviously, we all knew what was going to happen. It was going to happen anyway. You can't lose anything you were meant to have. And it ain't what you have, it's who you is. The gold exists within you. It don't matter what fucking material shit you have. Maybe that's what's hurting you so much. You still want to talk to this fucking camera. You still want to be on this fucking computer screen. Time after time when you tell yourself and you know that you don't like electronics. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with them either. You can have a nice, fun, fulfilling life, all these different things. But if it wasn't for this electronic and the only thing that still attaches you to old people, you would be living a new life. And you wouldn't, guess who you're not seeing around? Those people. But I still see their names on shirts and on signs and on the ground and randomly out the corner of my eye. And like, yeah, I must be crazy, right? Because you don't know shit. So obviously I'm crazy to you, but like, I know they're thinking about me. I know they're talking about me. I know they're chatting about me, but they never reach out and say, how are you? I love you. I miss you. I want to talk to you. They probably think I hate them. My right shin. What does my right shin mean? Let's see, Miss Louise Hay. Louise Hay is the right shin with the need to move forward in life and the fear of taking action. I don't want to let go of these people because I love what I thought that they were. Maybe not what they actually were, but what I thought that they were. And I can't see myself with anybody else. I can't make friends with anybody else, even though all my friends left me. I mean, I don't know if I would even have them as friends anymore, to be honest. It probably wouldn't. And even if I'm considering it, I'm thinking that I might come to the conclusion, maybe not. I really don't know, though. Really don't know right now. My point with this is, like, I just wish it could be different, you know? And who am I to say that it couldn't be, but also, why would I play in my own face like that? Why would I disrespect myself like that? Don't forget when Diana told you on the 4th of July that you guys was going to hang out. And so you didn't go to a party and you didn't go out with anybody else because you knew you had plans and you trusted your friend to text you. And then she never did, and so you texted her and then she's like, oops, my bad. That's okay. And it's like, when I made that freestyle and I was saying like blah 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 blah, racist ass bitch, blah 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 blah, I was talking about Chase. I was talking about him calling, when I told him not to say nigga, and he just said nigger, 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 nigger. But then you go around and now you got a group of black girlfriends and you posting all the time with them and showing everybody that, look, I got these black friends, I'm not racist. Probably because you felt guilty for the one time you accidentally said nigga in front of me. And, like, I don't give a fuck about shit like that. As long as you're a genuine person. It's more that you saying it behind my back and then acting like you don't do that in front of me. Because you're afraid to offend me. So, like, was we ever really friends? Or was you just afraid of me? Maybe infatuated with me. Maybe had a crush on me. I could just keep going. I really could. I don't know how much storage I have left though, so I kind of want to stop at some point. But yeah. So many women in my life that really liked me and I didn't even notice it. Or I just was being too much of like an overthinker to do anything. Oh, I know she wants me. I know she likes me, but she not texting me. She sending subliminals. She being, like, I see all that shit. I can tell. I can really see all that shit. And I am looking for it. But when I go and be like, what's this I see? What's that I see? What's that? You think that YouTube and Facebook and whatever is recommending your pages to me just randomly? I know you looking at my shit. And it's just like, why is everybody so afraid? Why can't you just text me? Probably because they don't want to admit what they did and they still think that they're in the right. 333, fuck. That's really the part that hurts me, is that they don't actually give a fuck about me. They really just care about what it says about them and how it makes them look. I feel like everybody's always telling me to shut up and that I'm too loud. I know there's a booger on my nose. Shut the fuck up. I had a friend whose mom told me I couldn't sleep over. Or, well, he never told me this, but he eventually admitted that the reason that I wasn't sleeping over as much was because his mom said I was too loud. But nobody ever told me that. No, they just instead just decided to make me feel like I couldn't really stay there, and I wasn't sure why. And that was my best friend at the time. And then when my parents caught us vaping in like 7th grade, 8th grade, they went through my phone, completely invaded my privacy, and found things out that my friends and I was doing. And, my parents, trying to keep us safe, went and told their parents. And then my friends blocked me and ignored me for years. Until they saw fit again, and they saw that I was happy, and they saw I had a girlfriend that I seemingly liked, and they wanted to get in on that and be a part of that, and maybe even sabotage that. So now they want to start texting me again, and now they want to start seeing me again. Well. I'm getting close to ready for bed, so let me at least post this video and then go to sleep. And if this video don't save, maybe post none of them and just die. Just die alone. What do I care if anybody ever sees this video, since none of them fucking care about me anyway? You know what I mean? Oh, this guy's so dramatic. This guy's so... No, like, they really don't care. And I'm okay. I care about myself. I love myself. But they don't care as much as they care about themselves. And if I were to drop dead, genuinely, if I didn't wake up tomorrow, I bet you they'd all act like they were my best friends. They weren't. Don't fall for it. If any of you even care about me. I know you will one day. But, like, I'm really just doing this shit for me. Because, I showed them my pain. I shared them my pain. And they just ignored it. So. Love y'all.